Let's bring in our political editor, Andrew Clennell, who is there for us. So, Andrew, the PM opting to want to start with something that I'm sure everyone will agree on, some attacks on the coalition.
Yes, that's right, Tom. In the last few hours here, they're still doing the deals on AUKUS, the government and the unions, but it doesn't look like the government's got an awful lot to fear. They're going to put out various statements tomorrow saying that the nuclear submarine agreement will be Australian union jobs, and that should do the trick. So the Prime Minister this morning delivered a speech to open this ALP National Conference in Brisbane, a speech which pretty much espoused the status quo, which is emblematic of what he wants from this conference, the status quo. He doesn't want the conference to make him make any changes on the AUKUS nuclear submarines agreement, on Israel and Palestine, on housing or on stage 3 tax cuts. So he pretty much just stuck to the cost of living and reminded people over and over what the government was doing about it.
And today I say to Australians, there's more help on the way. In September, we will be cutting the cost of medicine in half for 6 million people. Starting in November, we will triple the bulk billing incentive for GPs right around Australia, helping 11 million Australians see a doctor for free. Already, we have opened 20 Medicare urgent care clinics around the country, and there's another 38 to come. So whether you live in Rockingham or Randwick, Logan or Launceston, all you will need is your Medicare card.
So a key and interesting message from the PM in his speech was that there was no point Labor implementing policies with principles if they weren't in government.
Access to 10 days paid family and domestic violence leave. It used to be in our national platform, not anymore. Now it's in the National Employment Standards.
He did make that point, although not in that grab. There was a trademark attack of the opposition and a Scott Morrison Secret Ministries gag.
So fixated on opposing renewable energy that they're telling Australians with solar panels on their roofs to make room for a nuclear reactor in their backyard. The Prime Minister, the Treasurer, the Health Minister, the Minister for Industry and the Minister for Home Affairs walk into a bar. And the bartender says, "Just the usual, Scott?"
And the PM announced he was finally next year delivering on his promise to allow first home owners to buy a house with a government stake, with the government set to take on an equity stake of 30 to 40% to make it more.
What our government will do is step up and put in our share, opening the door of home ownership through this shared equity scheme to tens of thousands of hard-working people. We are the party of the great Australian dream.
The PM also seemed to confirm no early election, saying the party needed to win in 2025.
It's vital we leave this conference with a plan for progress over the next decade and a platform for victory in 2025. The last time we had a national conference in Queensland was 50 years ago. Back then, a newly elected Prime Minister, Gough Whitlam, spoke of his determination to show it was possible for Labor to hold power without sacrificing our principles. Today, each of us understands that winning and holding government is not only true to our principles, it's actually essential to fulfilling them.
And that's what I wanted to play you before, the fact that he was saying, look, Labor can implement principles in government, but if you go too lofty with those principles, you end up out of government, you can't do anything. Well, the bid to get AUKUS, the nuclear submarine agreement, and the party platform will occur with this paragraph tomorrow. Pretty innocuous, isn't it? But it's causing a lot of fuss.